Tonight we discuss the alternative student breaks happening this spring break and find out who the professor is that changed history on this campus.
Later on in the segment, the Involvement Ambassador has updates for this upcoming week and a recap of the Intercollegiate Broadcast Conference. All of that and more coming up. Stay tuned.
Good evening, and you're watching Eagle Eye TV at 6. I'm Kensley Davis.
And I'm Mackenzie Parson.
Spring break is coming up, and it will look a little different for one group of students here at Auburn. Their plans to travel to Port St. Joe, Florida, and Charleston, South Carolina to serve in various communities across the country during school breaks. Alternative student breaks travel domestically to partner with local organizations. By joining ASB, students gain a deep understanding of social issues across the country while learning to work collaboratively. For more information about ASB and the upcoming trip, email asb@auburn.edu.
In need of relaxation? The Laurel Hotel and Spa has you covered because this year they're offering an exclusive spa membership. The program benefits include a 50-minute signature massage or facial, complimentary aromatherapy at each visit, and so much more. 12-month memberships can be purchased for $125 a month, and 100 exclusive memberships are available. For more information, visit thelaurelspa.com.
In the summer of 1947, Isaac Scott Hathaway made history by becoming one of Auburn's first African-American professors. Hathaway taught a ceramics class 16 years prior to Auburn's integration in 1964. The summer of 2022 marked the 75th anniversary of Hathaway breaking the color barrier at Auburn, and Dr. Charles Hendricks, professor in the College of Veterinary Medicine at Auburn University, is determined to continue sharing the impact Hathaway had on students in the College of Human Sciences.
On February 19th, Auburn University Dance Marathon raised more than $276,000 for Children's Miracle Network. The money raised will benefit Piedmont Columbus Regional Hospital, a Children's Miracle Network hospital in Columbus, Georgia. This year's event was held in the Melton Student Center Ballroom. This event is a 12-hour fundraising push where students stay on their feet for those who can't.
Looking to get more Involvement Ambassador Lydia Wiedetz has your involvement updates for this week. Take a look.
Where you go, guys? My name is Lydia Wiedetz, and I'm here with your involvement update. The first update I have for y'all is that Aubie's birthday is Tuesday. Stop by the Aubie exhibit on the second floor of the Melton Student Center between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. to help celebrate everyone's favorite tiger. Next up is that UPC has lots of fun events planned this week. On Wednesday, March 1st, come join UPC and BSU for a flower arranging workshop in the Melton Student Center Ballroom at 6 p.m. UPC is also showing Legally Blonde on Thursday, March 2nd at 7 p.m. in Dudley B6. Application season is here. AU Involve has every application listed, but a few that are open right now are Involvement Ambassadors O Days, Aubie Tryouts, Emerge Vice Presidents, Impact Exec, SGA Assistant Vice President, and UPC Director and Assistant Director. Check out their social media for more information. My last update for today is to be sure to check out Organization Days on Haley Concourse every Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to stay up to date on ways you can get involved throughout the semester. And just a reminder, AU Involve has information about everything going on around campus, so I encourage y'all to check that out for more involvement opportunities. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to an Involvement Ambassador at involve@auburn.edu. Thanks, guys, and War Eagle.
Coming up, John Carter's weather update, and soon after, a Senate recap from Julianne Lozano. You're watching Eagle Eye TV at 6.
Hello everyone. So you're going to want to expect some light rain tonight going into tomorrow morning. Of course, this isn't going to be anything too heavy, not really any severe weather, but you will want to make sure that you have a rain jacket or maybe an umbrella so you don't get wet if you're out. Now, going into this weekend, it's going to be a great start to the spring break for anybody who's looking to get an early jump on it. We're going to have great weather, not too hot, not too cold, and great clear skies. However, that will come to an end early on in the week where we have some rain on Tuesday and Wednesday. Following that rain, it might cool down a bit afterwards, but it's still a bit early to tell.
Thank you so much for that weather update, John. It looks like I need to do some rearranging to beat the rain. Now turning to Julianne Lozano, SGA Vice President-elect, who will update us on the Senate recap for this week.
Hi, my name is Julianne Lozano, and I serve as the Vice President of SGA. Last week at Senate, committee chairs were selected through an interview process to lead the 5 standing committees. Additionally, each senator was given their committee placement for the semester. Senators will have the resources through their committees to write legislation based on the needs of the students. Legislation was voted on during Senate to confirm the appointed members of SGA Exec. These positions were filled by Jillian Daugherty, who will serve as the Executive Chief of Staff, Dylan Peterson as Executive Vice President of Initiatives, and Maddie Robinson as Executive Vice President of Outreach. The meeting was concluded with the senators taking the Senate orientation test. Each senator must make a 90% on the test to be qualified to continue their term. This meeting was concluded the 2-week Senate orientation and will begin with regularly scheduled meetings in the next meeting.
National Panhellenic Council President Zoe Cunningham is representing Auburn University by committing to excellent student leadership and inspiring a culture of success among her peers. The senior mechanical engineering major from Mobile, Alabama spent 2 years on the NPHC before running for president of the organization. Her motivation? Serving her community.
The Auburn University Psychological Services Center is now offering Dialectical Behavior Therapy, or DBT, skills group. If you're wondering what a DBT skills group is, it's an evidence-based treatment designed to improve problematic patterns in emotional regulation, impulse control, interpersonal relationships, and self-image. A full cycle of DBT skills group is 15 weeks, and groups currently meet on Wednesday evenings from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Groups are currently available for adults, and the cost is $10 per session. For more information, contact AUPSC at 334-844-4889.
The Intercollegiate Broadcast System Conference took place this past weekend in New York City. Reporter Jakai Spikes has more. Take a look.
The Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Awards program is back and in person this year. The ceremony took place in Sheraton, New York in Times Square. When high school and college students arrived, they checked in and began attending their sessions. Some sessions included were sports reporting, production training, broadcast digital production jobs, and screenwriting.
Played Kansas the previous Thursday, and I mentioned it.
You have to also understand a point to where you have to let it go. And if any of you ever saw the movie Amadeus,
the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Conference started today, February 24th. And when I tell you guys, there were so many college students and high school students there, and so many professionals ready to network. Today I went to 2 different conferences. The Sports Reporting Conference, where we learned all about what makes a reporter the best in its field. And the second one was a production conference, where we learned about how audio can either make or break a show.
Call leads to the meeting of the mentor.
Yay. You were sort of owned by them.
The award ceremony took place on February 25th at 5 p.m. and the room was packed with college news or radio stations. Fortunately, Eagle Eye TV took home 3 awards: Best Station ID, Best Social Media Director, and Best Sports Play-by-Play. This is Jakai Spikes, Eagle Eye TV.
Well, I just know that we are so proud of Jakai. When we come back, we have a sports update from Faith Richardson that you sports fans don't want to miss. All of that and more coming up. You're watching Eagle Eye TV at 6.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Faith Richardson, here to update you with everything sports. Saturday, our men's basketball team lost by 32 points against Kentucky. Last night, we fought hard going into overtime and ended with another upsetting loss by Alabama.
Faith, I have to tell you, that game had me on the edge of my couch.
See, I'm an Auburn fan, so I was very disappointed by the outcome.
It was a tough loss we had. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from last night.
The transition offense was the worst it's been all year in the game against Arkansas. Quinterly gets him back on track. Johnson somehow got it in. That was a bad angle, but a good shot. Well, he's a big. Katie Johnson behind Bloom. Screen got another. It's against Arkansas. Started just 1 for 20 from 3, and a huge answer by Trey Donaldson. And more. Quinterly with the lob. And a finish by Clowney. Miller waits in the corner. Sears for 3.
Seeds in the country, we would have said, are you sure? But the hires of Pearl and Nate Oates has solidified it again.
Push ahead, Katie Johnson.
It was one or the other. He was either
Instead, he's able to drive and find Clowney.
That's why you back off of him. Right pressure.
Quinterly match up with Williams now. Drive right past him, and that is a mismatch all night. They'll have a chance to go to the line. He's got the rebound and a spin move. 4-on-2 Bama. To Sears for 3. Got it! Quinterly suffocated, and now Bradley gets it for his first bucket of the game. And the Crimson Tide are the SEC regular season champions.
If you have not left for spring break yet, be sure to show out on Saturday at 1 p.m. for their game against Tennessee. Monday, our football team had their first spring practice. Coach Freeze said he left the practice feeling confident and optimistic. He also said that the team looked physically better than he had expected. Freeze also said there is no evolving depth chart during the spring practices. Everyone will be getting the same reps in spring practice, but once it gets into the fall practices, there will be some evaluations and reps will get narrowed down. Let's see what Coach Freeze can bring to the table in hopes to have a better record for the 2023-2024 football season. Our baseball team has been starting off their season right and going 6-1-1. They play again at home this weekend against Lipscomb. The women's basketball team started their first game of the SEC tournament at 5 p.m., so make sure to tune into that after the show. Auburn's equestrian team matches up against USC at 3 p.m. tomorrow. Be sure to enter the drawing to win one of 4 free coolers before you head off to spring break. In other news, one of Georgia's top projected picks for the NFL draft has been issued a warrant of arrest for being a contributing factor to the fatal accident that killed the Georgia offensive lineman and one of the members of the recruiting staff. Our thoughts and prayers are still with the families involved in the Athens community. That is all we have for sports tonight, but for more Auburn sports, follow our Twitter at EETV_sports and check out our website at eagleeyeauburn.com. I'm Faith Richardson, now back over to you ladies at the desk.
Shifting to more serious news, jurors decide fate of Alec Murdaugh following the closing arguments today in his double murder trial. After jurors deliberated for 3 hours, Murdaugh is charged with 2 counts of murder and the 2021 killing of his wife and son. Take a look.
As fair is that the next morning on June the 8th, after the gruesome murders of Maggie and Paul, this is what is issued, a joint press release, Colleton County and SLED, that says, at this time, there's no danger to the public. At this time, there's no danger to the public. You have 2 people who have been executed within, y'all are out there, I don't know, is it 100 yards, 200 yards from Moselle Road? They've been slaughtered. At this time, there's no danger to the public. Does that tell you that on June 8th, law enforcement had decided it had to be Alec Murdaugh? It's a fair question for you to ask yourselves. It's a question that's not been fairly answered in this trial. What we know from June 7th, June 8th, Alec is a suspect, and he's in the circle. And from that day forward, he is at the mercy. He is at the mercy of the ability of SLED to exclude him from that circle.
Tennessee is poised to become the first state to restrict drag performances in 2023. Take a look.
But now isn't the time for us to slow down or to be complacent. We live in a remarkable state, but we have some remarkable challenges.
Teachers understand that, true educators understand that, but parents do more than ever. But they're facing crippling financial hardship as well, particularly in the service industries. Our Economic Recovery Group, in consultation with
a Spirit Airlines flight landed safely after making an emergency landing due to fire in an overhead bin. Over to you, Renee.
A scary scene on board a Spirit Airlines flight Wednesday. Crew members rushing to put out a fire that broke out while the plane was on its way to Orlando. Passenger Rocco Chiricella jumped to help.
I'm a retired New York City fireman. I guess it's just instinct. So I got to the, it was a baggage overhead, and smoke was bellowing out of it.
The cell phone video captured by another passenger shows Chiricella and crew members dousing the overhead compartment with water and fire extinguisher spray.
The whole cabin smoked up, filled up with smoke, and I ripped open the door. One of the attendants came by, yelled, "Get some water."
The plane eventually making this emergency landing at the Jacksonville International Airport. Firefighters believe the fire stemmed from a battery in someone's carry-on.
You've got to realize that the airlines have have rules on batteries and so forth, and there's reasons for that. Some of these things are very volatile and can cause a fire.
JFRD says 10 people in total, including crew members and passengers, were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
It was a lucky thing we got to it right away, so we averted a major problem. It could have been really bad.
Spirit Airlines issued a statement stating in part, "We thank our crew and guests for their quick actions to ensure the safety of everyone on board, and we thank first responders for meeting the aircraft."
When we come back, you'll find out what national day it is and a sneak peek of Creed 3. Stay tuned. You're watching Eagle Eye TV. Today is World Teen Mental Health Day. Addressing mental health issues with your children isn't always easy, but health experts say it's critical in today's Health Minute. A psychologist has tips and tools to help you start the mental health conversation.
So many of our young people are struggling. So if we don't model it, we don't give our young people an opportunity to see what it looks like, and we don't demonstrate to them that we take mental health seriously. One key piece of that is we have to be willing as parents and caregivers to listen. So you ask the question, and then I tell folks we have to be quiet and listen to whatever it is that our young people need to tell us.
America's Most Wanted, Michael B. Jordan, makes his directional debut, as well as starring opposite Tessa Thompson and Jonathan Majors.
The higher you get, the harder it gets. Michael B. Jordan found that out, starring in and making his directorial debut with Creed 3.
There was nothing anybody could tell me to warn me about the workload of what we were going to go through.
The fact that he's having to train rigorously and the physicality, right? I just didn't know with all of those moving pieces if he could maintain that throughout the months, because he also was developing the film for a year prior. So he's already beginning tired in a way, you know what I mean?
Jordan's co-stars marveled at how he handled the workload.
There's a lot going on here, and he just moved through it with such, I would say, calm and elegance.
The thing that I felt so impressed by is he was able to communicate that kind of care for a crew and charisma that he has that bolsters a sense of play.
I took this very seriously. I've been daydreaming about it for years. You know, this is the last 3 years of my life making this movie.
And for my money, it's like not just can you make a good film, it's can you make the experience of making the film a good one. And the fact that he could do both those things is like hugely admirable.
I'm the type of guy, just throw me in the deep end, I'm going to sink or swim, you know, and I'm kind of treading water, so that's good.
I need you to let go of your fear. Let go of the guilt. Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Meet Cyrus. With the right amount of patience, this boy will open up to you. He may come across as shy, but if you let him open up, you will see just how special he is. He loves for his chin to be scratched and to receive lots of pets. Cyrus is 7 months old, neutered, vaccinated, and microchipped. He is HIV negative, and his adoption fee is $125. Apply online for him today. Is he not just the cutest thing?
He is so cute. I want him.
Oh my goodness. We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and stay tuned for Monday and Thursday news shows at 6, along with our sports show news on Wednesday nights at 6. I'm Kensley Davis.
And I'm Mackenzie Parson. Make sure you check out our social media pages. Have a good spring break. Thank you for watching War Eagle.